It's great to be back up here with a game on the line. Good to be able to play somebody else. Guys have practiced and we're probably tired of practicing, but we got to have a great week of preparation. We play an outstanding football team this week. NC State has played outstanding this year. Defensively, extremely experienced. Front seven with a lot of experience. Seems like the same seven guys the last 3 years. Front is very good, have good depth in their linebackers. Will very rarely take a false step, stay on their keys. Secondary guys are big and long. Front guys strong, run, play extremely well in every phase of the game. Played a great option team this week in Furman, and how disciplined they were when they played. Did a great job there. Marshall scored a couple early, and they were able to shut them down. Marshall had very good skill guys. Offensively, quarterback's playing lights out. I mean, he can flat play, completing over 75% of his passes. Can really play. Jaden Samuels is just the epitome of a football player. Can play everywhere, do everything, catch, run, block, throw. I mean, there's nothing he can't do. Receiver 7 can just flat, he returns it, whether he runs it, anything can make plays just all over the daggone field. He plays tailback. And I can say he's a shorter guy, but he's very stocky and strong. He's almost 195, 200 pounds, so he can run arm tackles. It's hard to get down on, can run routes, gets the ball in space, tight end. Offensive line do a great job up front in the zone blocking schemes. Just a really good football team. Special teams, punter can average over 43 yards. Good kickoffs. They broke a kickoff last week for about 60, so doing a great job in special teams. And they always get ready to play us. A lot of Florida kids on their team, and they play very well. And going to be a heck of a matchup for us coming off that long layoff, and we're going to have to play really, really well and to have a chance to compete right there and play with. Again, I liked how we practiced. Our guys, I think, are ready to play, so we just got to go out and play. Questions?
Jimbo, of course, that was the team last year that played you guys tough. What do you kind of remember about just the way they do things, and what improvements have you seen from NC State from last year?
Last year they did a great job of keeping the ball. They converted on third downs. Made some plays, won the field position battle. We started most drives backed up, so we had long fields to go most of the game, almost every drive. We had big drives when we had it, didn't have it as much. Defense really played well the second half. They got us the first half a little bit, and then we had some big drives in the second half. We had a big critical drive to get out and win the game, but they play the run real well. They defend well. They don't give up a lot of big plays. Offensively, like I said, the quarterback's very smart, and he's very athletic, can run when he has to, knows where he's going with the ball. I mean, they did a great job. They kept the field long on us, and they moved the ball, converted third down. I think we were 8-16 on the day for third downs last year, and had some third and longs, did a great job.
Jimbo, have you been able to do anything to catch up on missed practices? On balance, by the end of the week, will you have had the same number of practices you had ordinarily?
No, I missed what you're saying. I mean, like during the week?
Well, just the time you've been idle, have been able to catch up on the number of practices. Would you have had?
No, we're down. We're probably down a couple with but we got 4 in last. We got 3 good ones last week. A short one Thursday, and then even a short Thursday on Friday because we came back at noon just to get trying to simulate getting up and having a pregame meal at 8 o'clock and playing at noon and doing all those things. Try to get them as ready as we could there. But probably down a 1 or 2 overall. But we're in good shape. I mean, from playing the number of games we played.
And that said, even though James didn't get a chance to have those reps against Louisiana Monroe, against Miami, what has he done in the time you've had in practice meetings and whatever to get to the point where he's ready? What do you feel like that preparation time?
I mean, we go against good on good every day. We go good on good against our defense every day, and that's as good as you're going to go against probably in this country, or one of them anyway. And we get good on good in inside drills, team, 7-on, so he throws against fastball, and then he gets the scout look. So. And it's a game-like situation, which we always do, move the field type things, and so he's gotten a lot of fastball look against good people. Blitz looks, tons of blitz looks against good people. I mean, every blitz you could think of. He's done a really nice job.
Last week, Derwin said that Samuels kind of reminded him of the offensive version of him. Do you see some similarities?
That's a great analogy. It really is. That shows you how aware, why you like Derwin so much as a player, and why he's so good, because he can recognize other people who see the game. Because to do the things that Samuels does, there's not only great physical skills there's great mental skills, great intelligence to be able to play the different positions, understand how to play them and play them so effectively, and run the different route combinations and touch the ball so many different ways and block. I mean, that's a great analogy by Derwin. And like I said, the epitome of Samuels to me is the ultimate comedy. That guy's a football player, can do anything.
Jimbo, after having the first game and then the last couple weeks of practice, how is the running back rotation looking, and has anybody started to shake out at
I
all?
mean, we'll play one game, and those guys are all in the same rotation they've been in. Getting better, a lot less mistakes, little things for those younger guys keep getting better and better. So we're exactly where we're at.
Jimbo, you've been complimentary of Ryan Izzo this entire season, preseason. You talk about little things that he does. What are examples of the tiny
Just
things that he does?
how he releases on a route, how he'll chip his way out, and know how to help a tackle when he's not a free releaser, and be able to set an edge and help a double team guy and slow a rusher down. How on a combo block, make him read on his pulls, on his counters, on his zones, on his backside, the angles in which he gets at. Ability to move him around in different ways, flex him out, way you play him on the ball, play him off the ball, block a 280-pound guy, block a 175-pound guy. Run routes. I mean, he had a really good game in the game the other night. You know, he had 3 great catches in that game, a 2-minute offense, which we looked really good at. Like I say, the first half we were outstanding in that game offensively, and he was a big part of just all the little things you don't even see, like the chips on a block, he's reaching up on a stretch block, how to take the edge off that end and help that tackle before his backer gets to him, and the backer's out, how he'll leave it, and just a great presence of mind around him, how to play the game, and where he can help and where he can't help.
And I'm sure he felt like that helps out any type of quarterback to have a true freshman that bring your guys there. An extra benefit to having that tight end. You hear the adage like that.
Oh yeah, I mean you got guys that knows what to do, how to take edges off, how to help protection, and can protect if he has to. Different scenarios like that, no doubt, no doubt.
Kind of staying with Ryan and the tight ends, I mean, what growth have you seen from them so far this season? But also, I mean, is it getting to a point where you're starting to see
We've only played one game. I mean, we keep saying growth for the thing. We've only played one game, guys. I mean, and they played a great first half and then played a good second half. And that's why we're anxious to get back on the field. But Ryan's been that way the whole way. The young guys, McKitty and those guys are coming on and getting better in what they're doing. And Maven's starting to come back around. I mean, he's not struggling, we're just off this a little bit. But now he's getting back and really starting to play. And we'll have to have it because having 2 tight ends is really big.
I mean, it's often said in the pro game, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend. I mean, when you look at what Ryan does and what Maven can be, I mean, do you kind of sense that, hey, they can be someone that James or whoever's behind center can...
No doubt. I mean, you got to be able to use them. Get shorter routes, ball control, the way they're used. In the pro game, it's actually, I know it sounds crazy. Sometimes it's easier in the pro game because they can't get banged in bunches as much as they do in the college games. You can bang them and hold them and do things. But those guys are big friends. Like Nick O'Leary is. I mean, Jameis, always, big completions, certain things. He found that one-on-one. Izzo's one of those guys like that. Maven's developing into that with the athleticism and things he's got.
Jimbo, what did you do the last 2 Saturdays? Did you get to watch any games?
No, I didn't watch many. I was with my kids. Took Ethan fishing on Saturday, spent time with him all day, went on a little boat, and little John boat, spent out there all day in the sun and let him fish. I don't get to be with them, spent time, watched Trey Friday night, and then spent time with him watching his game film on Saturday. He wanted to show me, and then took Ethan fishing and got a little bit of game on Saturday. That was it, not much at all. Spent most time with my family.
I mean, this is the first time in, I don't know, maybe in middle school that you haven't had consecutive Saturdays where you were playing football. Did you get antsy?
Yeah, last week was a little different because of the hurricane. The week before, we were getting ready home. You were just getting ready for the hurricane. That was just crazy, working around the house, making sure everything was secured up. This week was like that, and just spent time with my kids. I'd rather do that than anything in the world.
I know you said
I'll see enough football. Football can wait.
I know you said before there's a lot of improvement between game 1 and game 2. Can that still be the case, or is it almost like an opener?
We'll find out. I don't know. I mean, I've never been offline. I've never had to do this. So it's new on me too. So all you can do, all you can do is control what you can control. Practice well, prepare well, know what you're going to do, and go play. So I mean, nobody knows anything after that. And I think we practice well. I think we know what we're doing, and we just got to go play well.
Coach, I mean, you said that you didn't get too antsy these last 2 Saturdays. Are you getting the sense that your players are now getting antsy, just waiting for another chance?
I'm sure they are. Like I tell them, don't worry about those things you can't control. I'm sure, but we all are. We all want to play. It feels weird to know that other people are playing and you're not playing. There's no doubt about that. But as far as the other, no sense to get upset about it. It is what it is, and you got to play what you play. And like I say, it was for a reason. It was a lot bigger than football. And there's still a lot of families that are still suffering and have things going on with them that we know they're still trying to get helped out and throughout this state. To me, that's the most important thing. Now we're back in ball. Maybe we can give some of those folks a few hours of pleasure when they get to watch us play. And sometimes that's a good relief of coming back, that normality's coming back.
Some people might look at the roster and look at James, he's 6'5", 169, and kind of get a little fixated on that. Are you concerned in any way about James physically being able to hold up to?
He played in the highest levels of ball through high school and did well as any of the guys other. How big was Lamar Jackson when he came out? He wasn't much bigger than that. I mean, he wasn't 180, and they can run and athletic, and they play ball in the league they play at Belgrade. Trust me, he's been hit, he's been knocked around, he's been beat up. He's a tough guy. He can play at a high level, and just size like that. Sometimes guys like that, the guys you can't ever hurt. Sometimes they are. I mean, he played at a high level. If I thought that, I don't mean that, I wouldn't have thought he could play here. You know what I mean? And this kid can run, play, competitive, tough. I mean, you play at Belgrade, come out of that high school system, you're a competitor. You got some toughness to you.
What stands out about Bradley Chubb on film?
Athletic, long, relentless, can rush the passer, a great two-way go guy, not afraid to beat you. If you ever set him, he'll go inside, can play with power, can run in space. When he drops, and they drop their ends a lot in coverage and different things, they bring different blitzes. And he's, for a big 275, 80-pound guy, he can drop and cover and curl and flat and a dig and do different things inside.
Coach, at NC State's front seven, I think they're all seniors, all returning starters.
Hey, they've been there forever. I know. I was watching, as I go back over film for 2 or 3 or 4 years, man, it's the same dudes.
It's like a little bit of Michigan, because it's interesting how they were freakishly experienced. It seems like the same thing with them.
And the linebackers too. I mean, it makes a difference. People don't make, a guy, that's what I keep trying to tell folks in today's ball game. You get young, talented players, and they're super freaky, but every now and then they'll go the wrong way. There are guys, man, they're just always in the right gap. They're linebackers. They see the backside pull. They're just always where they got to be. They're a step ahead, you know what I mean? And that experience at the linebackers and up front. I mean, how they fit. All right, knowing the defense, all right, when I got the big gap, or if a guy goes wrong, how the backer will fit and make the other guy right. Those little things that you just can't see when you watch tape as a coach, man, you just see it, and they play so well together. I mean, they're really a good group, and they're physical.
Jimbo, in terms of special teams, the last couple of weeks, what have you been able to do or practice to fix things?
Everything, everything. Live good on good, put good on good people on kickoff returns and punt returns and everything. Make guys punt under pressure, bringing the top guys. If you ain't the first team punt team, you're on the other side coming at them full speed, just like we do good on good with offense defense. I mean, they've gotten a ton of live looks, so hopefully we've improved. Felt like we have, and like I say, felt good going in. The things we did were knucklehead things. I mean, like getting split too wide and not putting your arm up. I mean, it wasn't that they didn't know what to do or how to do it. And just, it's not, we got to coach it better, making sure they understand it every time. But we've gotten good on fastball looks. I know that, a bunch of them.
Jimbo, how's Carlos Becker progressing?
Seems to be getting better. It's still in time. We'll have to see. It's still a day-by-day, by-week thing. He did some work this weekend, but I'm sure when they get back like that, they'll be sore, and we'll judge how sore he is today when he's out there doing some rehab stuff or he gets any practice time.
How'd you guys come out last week?
I'm sorry?
How'd you guys come out last week injury-wise?
Good. We're all helping. Yeah, that's good. Boring without a game.
Jimbo, I know you didn't get to watch, I don't know how much you got to watch at Clemson and Louisville.
Very little.
But this conference and early in the season, it seems like it's going to be wide open.
Oh yeah, great team. I keep saying, great coaches, great teams. It's a tremendous conference. I mean, great players. It's wide open. I mean, I got to see some of it. We got back there in the evening because it was dark. It was getting. We come off all that with the kids a little bit. Got in. Both teams at times look really good. You can see both teams are really good players, but being the national game, the national headline, and very well deserved. We got Clemson played a heck of a game, and at times Louisville did, and had a couple of chances to make plays and got calls against them, and then got back and changed that game, and then Clemson got on it. Looked like.
What's it like watching film with your son?
I'm sorry. Fun. I mean, I don't ever predict. He just just show me what his reads are, and I'm not there being a dad. I don't like being a coach. He has a coach and a very good coach. Coach Price and those guys do a great job, and I say keep my nose out of it. But I'll watch film and just maybe time something technique-wise or something like that, and every now and then. But he likes to talk ball with me. Like I say, I told the poor kid he needs to do something else, but he likes ball too much, and we have a good conversation. It's just fun to be a dad and get to watch it. Don't get to do that very often. That's a shame. Get to do it with all these other kids and not your own. You got to do it, find as much time as you can.
With Finley completing such a high percentage of his passes, no turnovers, is tackling the biggest thing against them? I mean,
I think tackling and covering. I think you got to contest throws. You got to make the throws contested. You got to make them put them in tight places. You got to find ways to pressure, whether it's bringing blitzes or rushing without. Because the only thing he does do a great job, man, he gets the ball out of his hand. He really gets it out of his hand quickly and finds matchups and understands what he's doing, and they do a good job with diversity in the things they do on offense, and he's a good, you got to affect him coverage-wise, blitz-wise, you know, but then sometimes be able to rush without that, and, you know, you got to, you know, try to keep the down and distance on your side, which is very tough, because he knows how to just, you know, one of them guys just always finds 3 or 4 yards. People don't realize, well, that's a 3-yard game. Yeah, 2nd, 7, do it again, now it's 3rd and 3 or 4 instead of 3rd and 7. That's a big difference, you know, and he's a really good player, and they know what they're doing.
You were confident going into the Alabama game that Matthew Thomas would be okay, even though he didn't have a lot of reps. Were you surprised at all how well he played, and then how have these last couple weeks been for him?
Outstanding. I mean, it did not surprise me one bit. I mean, it really did. He was having an outstanding camp and figuring out what he does and how he does it, and just, you know, it's clicked. And he's played enough. He got playing inside backer. You know what I mean? Just he had to play there a while. He just hadn't played in a while. And in that position, he's probably more at times was a more natural outside guy. But now he's learned to be inside. Now he can do both. I think it's really beneficial. And like I say, his athleticism and speed and all that. Now he's learned how to trigger and be a downhill guy like an inside backer. People don't understand. And playing inside is a lot different than outside. You're at a 4-way traffic stop now, or a 6-way, however you want to make it. And then outside, you can see things coming from one side. You know, it's a whole different deal. Now he's processing and understanding that, man. He's being physical and athletic. It's fun to watch.
Jimbo, now that you got your buys out of the way, you're playing 10 straight games. Just what are the benefits and maybe disadvantages of that?
You could say you get tired, but I think that's how you got to practice. You got to gauge your team, and you got to get a feel, and that's where coach, you know, as a coach, you got to judge those things and go there. Sometimes, if you have injuries, sometimes it doesn't allow you to heal up, though. You don't have 10 in a row. But at the same time, if you play well, you get hot. Heck, you don't want to take a break. You know what I mean? So, hey, we need to find a way to play well and get in the groove and find out our identity and play Florida State football. You know, the thing about it is we've played a good half and a bad half. Now we need to go play.
Jimbo, we talked about Bradley Chubb earlier. They have 2 other guys, Hill and Street, that also do a great
Hill
job.
and Street, I mean, they got a whole bunch of them now. I mean, Street's power. We recruited that guy. He's powerful, can play on the edge, can play the run. Hill is big inside. I mean, they maul you inside. Jones is another one. I mean, big and physical inside. They got depth in those positions, and those guys play the run, pass. I mean, they're really good players across the board.
You said about their front 7 being together in so many years. Growing that kind of continuity, it just takes time to develop, and once you have it, you kind of just...
Well, you know how to play. You know what to expect. You know how to play. It's like you know what the guy beside you is going to do, how he's going to do it when the call's there. And if there's little nuances and subtle changes by looks, and you can communicate that and do things. And that's what people understand, man. When you get experience, boy, there's no substitute for it.
Jimbo, with Samuels, what are the challenges defending him when he goes to different positions? Like, how do you keep track of him?
How the matchups. I mean, how you match him up. You know, do they get him on a DB? Do they get him on a linebacker? Do they get him on a corner? Do they get him on a safety? I mean, however they want to do it, you know, and that's the thing that you gotta be able to match, because he's physical and he's strong, but at the same time he's very athletic and play in space. There's not many of those guys that have great ball skills, not only short range ball skills but long range ball skills. Where I mean, judging the ball down, you can have great backs and catch the ball underneath, but can't really judge it way down the field. You know what I mean? Like a guy being a great infielder, not an outfielder. I mean, but so he can do everything, man. The guy's just always a good player.
Jimbo, were you pleased with the way guys were able to maintain their focus and their intensity when the schedule gets disrupted, the routine? And then
they've been good for the most part. I mean, you can see some guys at times start to say, hey, you got to refocus. They don't see the game. They just practicing. But at the same time, they've done a good job. We've gotten after it pretty good. We've had some really intense practices and gotten competitive. And I think both sides out there keep it competitive for each other. So, I mean, what I've seen so far, we've done a pretty nice job.